All right, family. Hi, welcome back to another edition of Melody News. Today is May 21st, 2021. Let's go ahead and get it started. As you can see across the board, we got some Dow futures. They're up everything. S&P, NASDAQ, Russells, they're all up, sitting across the board for the opening trading in a couple of hours. All right. Oh, shoot. Wrong one. Clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. All right. So you get over here to the FTSE 100 is down, Nikkei 225 is up, Bitcoin is continuing sliding down to about 30, just under 39,000, just under round up about under 40,000. CMC crypto is up, so that was look at Bitcoin. Let's look at some the FTSE, the Nikkei 225. We went over that one. All right, take a look at that 10-year bond. All right, the 10-year bond is steady hanging around 1.6 and up. All right, so 1.6340. All right, the VIXs are down. We'll look at for a little bit of foreign currency, the GBP to the US dollar, and the US dollar to the Japanese yen. All right, they're both running down as well. All right, so that was from yahoofinance.com. Let's get into some actual precious metals here. Once again, we got the New York spot price here. This is from Kiko.com. All right, but I ain't worried about the New York spot price. I'm worried about what's going on with the world markets and how they see the world markets. All right, so instead of looking at the dollar terms, the US dollar terms, let's switch over and let's find someone else we can look at. All right, we're going to take a look at how the Indian rupee looks at it. All right, look at that Indian rupee. All right, people say, well, there's currency, they're trash. Their currency is not big and bad. It's not as powerful as the U.S. dollar, but the U.S. dollar is a sinking ship. It's the best fiat currency in a sea full of dead ones. All right, so this ain't nothing to be proud of, nothing to be bragging on. Talking about the U.S. dollar is the best. Still a fiat currency, and it is the best of a sinking ship. All right, or the best of the best building on the block that has suffered structural damage due to major fires, but it's the only one that's still standing. All right, that's in terms of what it means to compare price of precious metals and fiat currency. All right, so we took a look at the Indian rupee here. Let's switch down to let's look how it looks in since everybody wants to take a look at it, blame Russia for everything. Let's take a look how it is in Russia. All right, look at that, and that's in rubles. All right, how much gold is, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium. All right, unbelievable. All right, and then we take a look down at the silver ratio. The gold ratio is 67. We're still hanging on the 67.77 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. So it's trying to get down to equilibrium, to where the true value of gold, which is about 8-to-1 ratio. All right, 1 ounce of gold can buy 8 ounces of silver. All right, or it takes 8 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold instead of this outrageous 67. Let's go ahead and round up 68 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. All right. So now we took a look at that. All right, so that was from Kiko.com. And let's go ahead and get into some topics today. It's going to be a short broadcast. All right, so look down here. All right, let's get it started. Fed crisis looms. Fed reverse repo uses soars to $351 billion, fifth highest ever. All right, when they think about reverse repo, they're talking about the banks coming to get cash. We've seen this before, but this is not based on a month or a week. This is daily. Every single night, the reverse repo comes up. The repo window opens up every single night. The banks are coming back to the Federal Reserve, asking for more liquidity so they can meet their demand. All right, and they said this is the fifth highest ever. Look at the broadcast we had before. You can see what is going on. How did it lead to this? All right, so this is pretty bad. All right, so we get into this article a little bit. All right, it's expected today's overnight reverse repo. See, I told you this happens. This happens every single night. All right. Reverse repo facility usage soared to 300 billion, surging 57 billion from 239 billion on Wednesday. So this was just past Wednesday. It was at 239 billion. All right, to a whopping 351 billion, as 48 counterparties parked their their reserves with the Fed in exchange for a 0% rate. All right, so they can get a 0% rate, but we can't. We as Jim Willie likes to say, the plebeians, the people at the bottom of the totem pole, don't get that. All right. So as the surge in usage push the total well not only to well above the COVID crisis high of 285 billion, but it's also the fifth highest on record. So as you can see, they're going to the banks. The banks are in trouble. They're constantly having to go back to the Federal Reserve to get more and more cash, more and more liquidity, so they can actually stay afloat and be able to meet their customers' needs. All right, because they're definitely afraid of bank runs happening. Okay, people crashing into their branches and people ultimately going to their headquarters and asking these bank heads personally, what's your problem? All right. So go ahead and get that article that was from zerohedge.com. All right. And then now for our final story of today, we're switching over to same thing for zerohedge.com, but this is kind of a down here at the local level, real local level right here, right? 22 states now dropping 300 weekly unemployment boost, mounting job shortages. This is happening almost all across the country. People don't want to go to work. They don't want to go back to their minimum wage jobs, and some people just don't want to work at all. They're getting they're getting paid more to stay on unemployment than they are working. All right, which has caused many employers to have to. You see, there's a labor shortage now as the economy begins to open back up. They want their businesses to come back. They want people to come back. But people are not coming back for many multiple reasons. One, many people cite they were treated like crap and they don't want to work for minimum wage anymore. They've had time to go back to school, get some more certifications, uh, get some journeyman certifications as well too, trade skills, and they're coming back and their employees are calling and say, hey, can you want to come back to work? And like, no, I'm making more unemployment, and plus if you come back you have to pay me more and more. All right, this is not just about people don't want to go to work. People don't want to go work for many reasons, and one of them just happen to be they're getting more money on unemployment than they are working. Many people don't want to go back because they've went back to school. They've had time to get online, getting many types of trade skills, certifications, and so that's what's going on. All right, but the results is that many two states are going to drop them from their unemployment because the states are not only the feds going broke, but the states are going broke as well too. All right, because remember the states don't have the ability to print their own money; they have to go back to the federal government and ask for money. All right, and the federal government has to go ask the Federal Reserve for money. Now remember, for every note that is printed, the U.S. government owes the Federal Reserve $5. All right, for one single piece of paper. All right, the shift away from the $300 monthly a week handout started earlier this month with Montana, South Carolina ending the boost. This week, Indiana, Oklahoma, Texas joined the fray to bring the total number of states to 22. All right. All right, these are the total states: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, New Hampshire, Mississippi. You get the list on it on, all planning to end the $300 boost along with the federal employment benefits program at the point at the same time. My home state of Texas, on Monday, Governor Greg Abbott told the Biden administration that his state is booming and that employers are hiring in communities throughout the state. All right, so they're just telling people right now, you either go to work or you're gonna stall. You ain't getting no money no more. All right, there's too many job openings going on the field. People don't want to put in their resumes, don't want to get no interviews. In some places, they're having on the spot. As soon as you show up, they have on the spot interviews with barely. But you can be a ditch digger, and they're hiring people right now. All right, that has some of the things that are going on. Okay, some of them are more technical skills, and I'm not bashing people who dig ditches because there are people who dig ditches that have multiple certifications, and these people have people are specialists on how to actually perform and dig a ditch to where you can go in there and it won't collapse on you. Because that is a big deal. I went through certification myself where I had to learn how to actually do that. And trust me, it's a process on how you have to dig a ditch. So when somebody's actually down in there a couple of feet, it won't collapse on them and they'll be buried alive. All right. So that's what's going on with this one. All right. So please get this article from zerohedge.com. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie Common News. And as we always say, be safe, be sound, take care of each other, get that barter started at the local level between you and your neighbors, and get it together with the communities. All right, family. You need to be easy, be safe, and remember, everything starts local. You're your own best financier. You're your own best credit union. You're your own best savings and loans. With that being said, thank you for joining us once again. Let's get it started.